Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today at the Y2L Talk Show. Today, we have here Anthony Solis, one of our AmeriCorps mentors. Anthony, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good myself. And well, you all already know me, your host, Derek Torres, here, Program Intern at Youth to Leaders Education Foundation. And today, the hot topic, it's going to be the importance of students being enthusiastic about their academics, right? Why should students, now that we're making a comeback after COVID, why should they be more interested in their academics? Why should they be hyped about their academics, right? And Anthony here today is going to, tell us a little bit about why should students indeed should be hyped about their academics and their education in general. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and dive right into it, Anthony. So question number one, can you tell us a little bit about your academic self and the work you do at Y2L AmeriCorps program? How did you become involved with the program?
Yeah, thank you, Eric, for having me. Hi, my name is Anthony Solis. I am part of the AmeriCorps program. This is my first year. I started this year in January of 2021. In the middle of the pandemic, I got the opportunity to work with you guys, and I love my job. I love everything I do, especially with the foster youth and the McKenty-Vento students. It's a good opportunity for me to invest in students. I am a senior at CUSB Bakersfield, majoring in child development, and I'm soon to graduate in December of 2021, so I'm so excited.
Thank you. Alrighty, so as a working and full-time college student, what tactics did you implement in your professional life to balance your school and work lives?
That's a good question. First of all, I always tell myself there's 24 hours for a day. There's time for your family, there's time to hang out with your friends, school, and working, of course, right? So you gotta manage your time very well. So I always, for sure, always tell myself, what's my goal? What's my plan for today? Of course, work and school, since that's the two main priorities, right? And then when you have the opportunity to finish your homework on time, you got more opportunities to hang out with your friends, going out with your family, and able to, hang out with people, right? But you gotta manage your time very well with the two priorities, which is school and work. And after that, you got time to do your homework, and after that, you could do more stuff. But you gotta manage it with a planner, or have like a to-do list, like a main to-do list, like, hey, my first goal is to do my assignments, homework, and then move on to your next steps.
Alrighty, wow, so you really got an agenda going on, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a victim of the evil friend of college students called procrastination?
Yes. I guess that's something I'm always doing last minute, but I've been learning from your past mistakes, right? So a cool thing that I learned is from Canva. That's the app that we use for our school, and it tells you to do. So it tells you the time that's due, and that's a really good thing. Like, okay, so they have an exam. Actually, I have an exam today. Starts at 11 for a final. So it starts at 11. Okay, so I have an exam to do at 11. So I'll make sure to have it done by 9. So I got time. If I'm behind schedule, there's something you have to do it on time before it's delayed. So always manage your time very well. Procrastinating is something that I always it's in my heart. I always do last minute. But I'm working on it, and so I feel proud that every single time when there's an assignment due, it's due before the time is due. So I always work on it before, and yeah.
Yeah, so please keep up with your work. Do not let procrastination become an obstacle to your academics, right? And to your success and progress.
Yeah.
So now going back to your, work life, how have you as an AmeriCorps mentor assisted students during an ongoing global pandemic? What support did you provide to specific students or to the general students that you have?
Yeah, in the middle of the pandemic, there's not a lot of resources you could do, but the power of social media, power of emails, it was my go-to tool, which means it's the tool that I was able to communicate with them, because during the pandemic we couldn't see face to face, right? We couldn't go to schools. We had a little bit of resources, but the resources that we had was useful for us to communicate with our students. So I had the opportunity to have a Zoom call with my students, and I able to have contact them through email, just letting them know, hey, if you ever need anything, feel free to come back. And overall, at the end, I was able to meet a few students because they have finals at their own campus now, and so I got an opportunity to at least deliver a little small gift to them, and it was a good experience to actually see them face to face. You always see the name of the person, but never see the face of that person. So it was really cool.
That's really nice of you. That's really cool. So specifically talking about COVID-19 and how it has caused a great deal of discouragement among students nationwide and even global, right? International. Many students do not want to, some even have already gotten accustomed to being online, right? Many do not participate in their classes. Many, well, you guys get the gist, right? Your own perspective, how would you describe the transition experience from in-person to online instruction? Did you adapt quick? Were there any challenges you faced while studying or working from home?
It was a hard challenge. Actually, I lost motivation because I'm always used with people in my classroom. And so when we transitioned back to online, it was just very hard. I lost motivation. I was behind on assignments. And I just didn't believe we're doing stuff online. Whenever I signed up for classes, I made for sure it was not online because I couldn't handle it. You know, you lose motivation, you have no one pushing you, right? And so throughout that time, I had to push myself. I had to say, hey, like, I gotta finish this, you know, I had to be strong. And it was hard. It was very hard to get used to it. I was in my room the whole time. It was just so like, there was no one there. It was just me, myself, and I just in that room. Say, okay, I had to start working on a paper, start working on my quizzes. You were right there. You had to work hard on that. It's like the hardest thing you could do because you're so used to with all the people around you, like the classes, and just going back to your pad or your computer is just like, really? For the past 6 more months, I can't do it.
Right.
So it was hard.
It's a lot of self-discipline.
It
Do you
is,
agree? Yeah, it is, because I myself am a college student as well, and we actually go to the same college, which is California State University, Bakersfield, home of the Runners. Yay! So for me, it was very difficult because I'm a transfer student. I started at BC, and then transferring, it was just very disencouraging, not motivational whatsoever. Everybody said to just like discipline yourself and just do the work and try to keep up with the classes, but it's not the same being on campus as in online, right? And like I said, some other students might disagree. Students actually have expressed that online instruction has resulted beneficial to their work and personal lives. Do you encourage students to go back in person once schools, districts, and educational institutions say to do so? If yes, why?
I would say yes, because and I understand, right? You have all this freedom. You're like, hey, I go grab my paper in the nighttime. I could spend all this time outside, going out, go with your friends, like have so much free time and not able to focus on your education. And so for sure, whenever it's the perfect time, and you know, with our cases or more load, have the opportunity to go back to school, yes, back to reality, back to be able to learn face to face. I think we had a good time being online, and I think it's a good time to actually go back, you know, in class. But it does take time, and I'm for sure, like, for example, like my next semester, it's still online, you know, even though we all, you know, the CSU system wants students to get vaccinated, they're still taking little by little to go at that time. So yeah.
No, same here. I still have all my classes are online. So I don't know if that's going to change or not, but it is kind of sad, you know, that still classes
especially
are
as your college experience.
I know, and it's my senior year, and I'm still going to be stuck at home, right? But I mean, I'm trying to make the best experience out of it, and just going into the year with a positive mindset.
Yeah. And there's always positive and negatives. Like positive is you don't have to wake up early to drive across town.
Yeah, or you just wake up and literally go to your computer. You literally wake up with no sense of energy, and you can just go to your computer.
You just go to bed and just open it. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree. What are the 3 tips of advice that you recommend to students regardless of pandemic consequences? What are some things students could begin preparing for the fast approaching academic year?
First of all, you're a human being. So for example, self-care is something so important. You know, there's times where you feel not yourself, you feel stressed, you feel you feel anxious, and it's okay. You know, it's little by little, we all have to go back to normal, and I completely understand that. So first of all, take care of yourself. You're a human being, you know, drink plenty of water. If you need like a rest day, you know, ask the day off, or like, hey, I'm just gonna walk. You know, that's so simple that could make a big difference. Number 2, I personally would say it's do one day at a time. You know, like, hey, okay, I have my backpack ready. Now I need my school supplies. Little by little, going back to normal, buying school supply like books. Like, okay, it's back to reality. So that's number 2. So day by day. So like little by little, you're starting getting back to normal. And the last one is having friends and mentors, being able to like, hey, we have the same class. Let's work together. Hey, let me help you out. Let me help you out. I think just having people around you, so you won't be alone. I think that's something so special when the academic year it's coming in.
Definitely. I like how you said that self-care, sometimes we overlook it.
Yeah.
We don't really consider it.
Yeah.
And like you said, even a walk around block helps a lot, right?
Yeah, even on a FaceTime call with your friends, let me go for a walk.
No, yeah. And then one thing about college too that I wanted to point out is that no one is going to really reach out to you. And this only applies mostly to college, incoming college students or transferring students or those that are going into graduate school. In high school, counselors do still reach out to you, sort of. And if it's not a counselor, it's your teacher. But in college, you really don't get that type of assistance, right? You do if you look for it. So I like how you said that you have to start kind of networking with friends and professors and counselors at school, because eventually you're going to have to meet with them. How has the experience of being an AmeriCorps mentor been? Would you like to highlight any achievements and or best practices you have performed while at work?
Yeah, so one of my biggest achievements, it's actually meeting people that, like you, for example, with Martha and Jessica, having people that work in your field. I think that's a good experience. Having my first steps into the educational field, I think that's a good achievement that I have made. Seeing one-on-one, like how you guys work behind the scenes of youth leaders and all that. It's I like it. Like, it's my passion. It's something that I want to do, and just seeing you guys work as a team, I love it. Like, every single time I come and open the doors of the office, I'm like, wow, like I can't believe I'm here. That's one of the biggest achievements in my experience here. Part of the AmeriCorps program has been amazing. Even though we were online most of the time, I had the opportunity to meet people just like me. Their goals, to find their goals. And I just was there to able to experience it, and I had a great experience meeting students, meeting my counselors from my school, West High School, meeting social workers. I think that was just a great experience, like meeting people.
So I think you covered it before. What was your major again?
Child development.
And you wanted to do like social work as well?
Teaching. I was teaching and counseling.
Oh, okay. Like for K-12 grade?
Yeah, K-12, yeah.
K-12, okay.
Yeah. So right now I'm thinking about 5th or 6th grade. I just found a lot of students at that age, but who knows?
Best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you.
And where can people who are interested in the Y2L AmeriCorps program or would like to ask you even further questions find you?
If you're on social media, you can follow me on social media as well. I'll be ANTTWAN, so it's Antoine with 2 T's. Yeah, feel free to follow me and ask any questions. I'm if I could provide any resources for you, I am happy to do that for you guys. And just remember, we're all humans. We all here have, we all have a good life. And so if you're interested in being a part of the AmeriCorps program or interested in being in this field, any resources, or you're a freshman, you're like, hey, what classes should I take at CSUB? We're here for you. We would like to provide all the resources for you.
Feel free to reach out to us at Youth Leaders Education Foundation. Thank you for being with us here today. We really appreciate you and the AmeriCorps program and everything that the AmeriCorps mentors do, because they really do a lot specifically with the foster youth population. And that population is very disadvantaged. They don't have there are resources out there, but they go unaware. And Anthony here is the one that really shines resources. The work that you do is just amazing. So feel free to reach out to him if you have any questions. Thank you all for joining us in this series, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.